MySports Show here on your home of champions with Ngezi Hadebe. You can always visit our website on www.mysports.co.zw. On the show this week, Coca-Cola donated textbooks to Ngezi High School last week. In the netball Southern Region, Akami remains unbeaten. We also have Division 1 Southern Region football results. And in the PSL, FC Platinum go to the 2-week break 6 points clear of a sister club, Ngezi Platinum Stars. But first, we start with the Copa Coca-Cola. In celebrating the 30th edition of the Copa Coca-Cola, the trophy is touring schools that have won it the most. Last week it was at Ngezi High School, where a donation of textbooks was made in honor of Ngezi High School, who were the first winners of the trophy in 1989, and they have won the trophy 4 times alongside Hippo Valley and Churchill. Coca-Cola senior brand manager V. Chibanda said that her company was very happy to be associated with the first winners of the Copa Coca-Cola Ngezi High School. Here is V. Chibanda.
I am very excited to be here today, speaking to you on behalf of the Coca-Cola Company. In Zimbabwe, the Coca-Cola system is made up of Delta Beverages, Schweppes Zimbabwe Limited, and Mutare Bottling Company, together with the Coca-Cola Company Central Africa. We are here to talk about the journey that Coca-Cola has traveled for the past 30 years. Since 1989, we are now in our 30th edition. As we celebrate this milestone, we have found it prudent to pay a courtesy call to your school. Ngezi High School is a special school where we trace our roots. Like we have already heard, the first trophy was won by Ngezi High School, which for us is something that is very important. This is the school that won the inaugural Copa Coca-Cola in 1989 at a tournament that was hosted by Gifford High School. As we look back and reflect on how Copa Coca-Cola came into being on that August 2nd, when former President Joshua Nkomo handed the trophy to Peter Ndlovu and company, we cannot help but cherish the history of a tournament that started in Zimbabwe to nurture soccer at grassroots level and has been leading the light in many aspects of soccer. Ngezi High School went on to win in 1993, 1999 and 2001, which means that you've won the trophy 4 times, and I think this deserves a round of applause. So I know a lot of us believe that sports and education sometimes don't really go hand in hand, but because we believe that sports has everything to do with education, especially at the level that you are at, that's why today we decided to honor Ngezi High School. We have come today to leave some books. I know people would think, why books? We're honoring soccer, why books? But like I said before, education is the key to our happiness. It's the key for our footballers to be able to grow, to be superstars. I believe all those stars that the headmaster was mentioning, it's because they were learned that they were able to sign contracts, to be able to discuss with the other countries that they went to. So education is key. Hence we are honoring Ngezi with school books. This tournament has cultivated values such as team spirit, friendship, constructive competition, and mutual respect in thousands of players in over 2,500 schools across the country. As we celebrate the Copa Coca-Cola at 30, we do recognize schools that have done well in the tournament over the years. And here today, we are in Ngezi. We shall also be going to honor other schools that are in the same space that Ngezi is, who have won the Copa tournament a couple of times. So we will be having a trophy tour where we're honoring the different schools. Coca-Cola has seen the need to invest in our communities, invest in sport, and in the education of the country. We recognize that these very institutions and communities that we support are also the source of human skills and future leaders in both public and private sector.
At the same function, Nash, the organizers of the tournament, said their marriage with Coca-Cola is one that they will cherish and protect. Nash was represented by its Vice President, Arthur Maposa.
It's Nash to be here, but happier that all of you are here, especially the learners, to witness a landmark in the history of our partnership as Nash with Coca-Cola. We have come a long way. I have always said to Chibanda, I always say to her, a wedding is a one-day drama, but marriage is a full-time ministry. What began as a one-day drama there in the August of 1989, when it avoided any lapses of divorce, you know, when you go beyond 5 years, you are sure it becomes very difficult to divorce. We survived that. And to this day, we are now celebrating a full-time ministry with Coca-Cola. We must say we are proud and very thankful to our sponsors for ever being with us up to this day today. Yes, we teams have been winning these tournaments. Prize money, excited, and all of us going back home to showcase what we've received. But as Coca-Cola, they realized with the time that, what have we established? What legacy have we created? When they looked behind, they thought they saw nothing. And then they came up with what they termed the legacy projects. And today, as we celebrate this event here, we are celebrating a legacy that Coca-Cola has created for us, that no one will ever forget. The likes of Peter Ndlovu, the likes of Johannes, that passed through this institution, and many others have contributed to this legacy that we see here today. Some of you were not yet born when this tournament was won, isn't it? When Peter Ndlovu did it for you, when Johannes Ngozo did it for you, you were still not yet born. But look, that's the legacy that they left behind for you to celebrate today. We are proud as Nash to witness this legacy of the books handover and the celebration of the 4-time winners of the Legacy High School. There are so many legacy projects that Coca-Cola has left behind. In Maswingo, in Chichikamakono, they left behind a legacy project of an electric pump borehole. In Deure, we constructed a guard room. Rujeko, they now have bathrooms with showers. In Chipindura, boreholes. In Gwanda, where I come from, there was a massive rehabilitation of ablution facilities, which people still take pride in to this day. And just recently, we were as far as Rusununguko High School in Marsh East, where a legacy of water tanks was left behind by Coca-Cola. We want to say thank you very much as Nash, and pray that this partnership lasts and lasts and lasts like a mother's love. We will guard it jealously as Nash and promise to continue churning out more footballers of the kind that this school has produced. I would not manage to mention all of them by name, but we do have those who have gone on to shine. Do you know, Zilikazi High School should be proud. Peter Ndlovu was actually the first African player to go and play in England. Are you aware of that? And he stayed for 13 seasons. And no African footballer has stayed for 13 seasons in the English Premier League. But Peter Ndlovu from Zilikazi High School did it. We should be proud of that. Lastly, may I address this to my colleague, the head of school of Zilikazi High School. If you have the Hall of Fame, pick up, brother. If it's not there, let's go out and make the Hall of Fame. These guys, they deserve the Hall of Fame. We want to come in and read on the walls Johannes Ngotso and read Peter Ndlovu and all others there. They do deserve it indeed. Where are we going to put our place? Let's put it in the Hall of Fame for all to see. Zilikazi is a rich history of museums and Coca-Cola. Thank you very much. You must remember that you cemented the unity accord in our country in 1989 by that tournament. When you called Joshua Kanyongolo Nkomo to come, it was only 2 years after the signing of the Unity Accord, and it was bringing in children from all walks of life in Zimbabwe together to celebrate and see the father of the nation marking the beginning of what was to be this kind of marriage. And lastly, God bless you for also taking care of the girl child. As we go to the Shabane this year, we are in the 8th edition of the girls tournament. And I am sure, I remain confident, even long after I am gone, that we will celebrate 100 years of marriage, even on the Coca-Cola girls side section. I thank you. Enjoy the day.
Also present at the function was former headmaster at the school, Cuthbert Chiromo, who was the head when they won the 4 tackles, and he believes that he is still a part of Zilikazi High School. Here is Chiromo. Mr. Chiromo, back at Zilikazi High School, some memories perhaps?
When I drove in, it certainly brought some good memories. As I was saying to someone there, at one time my email address was chiromokam.zilikazi. It shows how I was part of this place here, and I'm happy that Coca-Cola have come here to present some books, which is a good step in the right direction. I always, even with my boys when we were playing soccer here, I always told them, don't bunk lessons. You must always make sure that you attend your lessons, because your physical fitness goes only up to a point. When you are, say, my age, you can no longer be on the sports field. It will take you up to about 30, 35. After that, you need your brains. So you must make sure that you have your brains to back you up. And Coca-Cola, by bringing these books here, are living in that direction to enable these kids to learn and also to participate on the sports field. And as I was saying again, we might not have won. Remember, I'm saying we might not have won the Coca-Cola since I left, because I'm still part of Zilikazi High School. We might not have won the trophy, but we have churned out a lot of players who are currently playing in the Premiership. And if they were to stop playing, the Premiership would fill it.
Right, and talking of the way you managed to achieve those 4 tackles, maybe just tell us the secret behind that.
Teamwork, I must admit. Teamwork, because I had teachers, soccer players again, and these kids themselves, they knew one another. They know there's someone there. They know that our headmaster is happy on the sports field. They used to call me Zagalo. That was my nickname. If you were to ask Godzo and them, they say, when he saw me, they said, Zagalo. Because I loved soccer. So they would bring in, and this other boy here, this small boy here was in. One of them I would chain on the wall there. If they don't come for lessons, they bunk their lessons. I wanted them to concentrate on their soccer. Parents as well brought their kids, whom they knew had talent in the game. So they brought those kids, and I certainly obliged. But it was not only soccer, I must stress. We have had many people going through this place here who are academics. Again, if those were to stop, we have got people, the celebrated lawyers like Mazibuko, for example. We've got Dr. Moyo, the gynecologist. Many of them have passed through these hands here. So it was not only sports, but academic as well.
And is it surprising you that despite not winning the Coca-Cola, the list, like in the current PSL players who came from Ziligas, is it a surprise to you?
No. I think they've done well. That's why I was saying winning the Coca-Cola trophy, of course, was one thing. But the products, the people who have gone through have been so impressive. I personally love soccer. Last year, for example, when Lobengula were going to represent the province, I went to the school and I said to them, look, if you go past the preliminary stages, I'll buy you a goat. They went out and they went through that process, and they were actually in the knockout stage, and they came out as the best behaved team, disciplined team. And I went there and I gave them 2 goats to the school, because I love soccer, not only in Zilikazi, but in our region. Yeah, we haven't won it for quite some time. Let's hope wherever it comes to, I'm happy.
And talking of Ziligas, you mentioned Lobengula and Popoma. It's all schools in the high density suburbs. Talking of the month-end provincial championships, CBC, it will be there. Would you like to see maybe a school from the low density as well taking part in the Coca-Cola?
I would love to do that, I would love that to happen, but the problem is with the low density areas, they are concentrating on many other sporting activities like cricket, rugby, and what have you. It's nice that CBC are coming in as well to give us that complete picture that soccer is not only in the low density, but it's also in the not only in the high density, but the low density as well.
Thank you. What value do you think this tournament has in the greater scope of things?
Pardon?
The value of the tournament in the greater scope of things?
It is very important. It's very important. The only thing is that we are not developing it when it's quite efficient, the Coca-Cola at the stages. But when we go on to our own ZIFA, whatever it is, to try and capitalize on what the schools are doing, we need to have a link between the schools and ZIFA, so that the academies, which go through, and even our national teams will be much better.
While former students at the school who played at the Coca-Cola opt to take the football route, one of such students who was once a top goal scorer at the finals that Mziligas won, Castro Ndebele, chose the academic route and is a teacher with a focus on physical education and sports science. We spoke to Castro just to get a feel of why he chose to take the teaching route.
Castro, you are back here at Mziligas High School, where you played for the school in the Coca-Cola tournament. Take us through, how was it playing in the Coca-Cola?
It was a great experience since I showcased my talent on the bigger stage, and I went on to become the top goal scorer there, so it was an accomplishment on my part.
And we see some of the players that you were with there. Maybe just take us through some of the players that you played with at that time.
I played with Kokeri Dube, who is still playing at FC Platinum. Musa Nyoni, who is in Belgium. The likes of Stanford Nube, who is in Swaziland. And the late Sifiso Nketa. Those are some of the players that I played with.
Quite interesting that you mention these players. Most of them are still involved in football. you chose to take the other route. You went into teaching physical education part of it, which is sports science. Take us through what made you take that decision.
The biggest person who made me to take up teaching was my parents, Mr. Hwange and Mrs. Ndebele, who insisted that I go to inside teachers college so that I have something to fall back on once my playing career was over.
And why did you choose the physical side of it, sports science? And do you think it's helpful in any way at the moment?
I chose physical education because I'm a sports person throughout, so that's why I chose physical education, and it's helping in that my former school, the under-15s, are in the provincial finals. So I think I've made a difference of some sort.
And looking into the future, do you think sports science can play a key role in our sport, in particular in football?
Yeah, it's very important so that we move from the old training methods that are there. Now it's more scientific, so it will help a long way.
Many thanks, Castro, and all the best for the future.
Thank you very much.
So the Coca-Cola Provincial Championships for Bulawayo will be held on the 29th of June at Gifford High School, and in the boys it will be in Popoma High, Luveve High, Lobengula High, St. Bernard, Gifford High, as well as Christian Brothers College, popularly known as CBC. Perhaps a surprise inclusion in that category are CBC, but they've been doing very well and they will fancy their chances them of representing Bulawayo. In the girls, it will be in Popoma High, Magwegwe, Townsend, Sobugazi, Tencent Hlabangane, as well as Pumula High. You can always follow us on our website, that is www.mysports.co.zw. Next we move to netball, where in the Southern Region Netball, Kami remained unbeaten and on top of the logo with a 54-25 win over Lobengula Queens. In the other results in week 7, there were victories as well for Leather Angels, who beat Golden Girls 38-22. Sparrows beat Mukoko 57-34. Sobugas beat Induna 37-23. Nast were also winners over Masia Select 41-37. Free Stars beat Mapisa 57-20, and ZRP Bulawayo managed to beat Mawabeni 44-27. That's the update in terms of the netball Southern Region. Still with the Southern Region, but this time in the football, that is ZIFA Division 1. Former PSL side Hwange remained 2 points clear of a fellow former PSL side Tsholotsho, despite a 1-1 draw away at Indlov Ianyatela. This was as a result of Tsholotsho themselves also drawing 1-1 with Motomoto. In the other matches, it finished NRZ Leopards 2, Mosi Rovers 1. Siwu and Zim Leopards played to a goalless draw. Kesman won away at Mainline by 2-1. Toronto from Pumula East shocked Makomo, holding them to a 2-2 draw. Boso 90 played a goalless draw with ZPC Kariba, and then the match between ZRP and Talent Vision winning that one by 1-0. But that match did not finish, as ZRP officials assaulted referee Saidi Piri. So wait to see what ZIFA will do about that. But very disappointing them to see those disturbances in Division 1 involving ZRP and the Talent Vision. That's what happened in terms of Division 1 Southern Region football. Hwange is still at the top, 2 points clear, as they look forward to making a quick return into the PSL. Lastly on the show, we take a look at the Kasulaga Premier Soccer League, which goes into a 2-week break. FC Platinum will go to the break 6 points clear of Ngezi Platinum Stars after their injury time winner over Highlanders by Gift Mbweti at Mandawa Stadium. This was coupled with Ngezi Platinum Stars going down 2-1 to Black Rhinos in the capital on Sunday. Norman Mapeza believes that it's going to be war in the second half of the season.
First half, we got some better opportunities. We're playing a very good team. I think they're just waiting for us to beat us on the break. There were some moments I thought maybe we're not in control of the game. But it's a game of football. We know it was going to be difficult. But I think, again, like I said last week, all glory to God. I think, wanted to win, maybe the last minute of the game. Well done with the boys. They're just sitting, they're just waiting for us, like I said, to hit us on the counter. We kept pushing, and I think we got rewarded in the last few minutes of the game. And I'm happy for the boys.
Highlanders, who played one of their best matches against FC Platinum despite losing, say that they have done well so far. Here is their coach, Mandla Mpofu.
5 months, 6 months old team that we are trying to put together. So far, the youngsters, they've done well. They are learning the hard way, but overall, I think we just in the right direction. It's a good project going forward. I think we are going to take this opportunity to make sure that all the players that are on the medical bill, they get back strong when we start our first game of the second half. And today we played with our captain not well. Tendai coming in after maybe 2 months, not maybe 50%, but look at the performance, they did very well. Foretell the future, but obvious as a team, if we analyze our first half, if there's need to come up with the position that we want to strengthen, we have to strengthen. I think football is just a crazy game. So painful that we lost, especially in the last minutes of the game, where I think the boys they put so much effort to come up with something at the end of the day. But again, maybe a loss of concentration contributed to our loss. But again, we can't control results, but I can appreciate the performance of the boys, the way we played today. I think it was just unbelievable. And unfortunately that we did not come with anything. Well done to FC Platinum.
In the other PSL results, ZPC Kariba beat Bulawayo Chiefs 2-0 with goals from Moses Demera and Tawanda Nyamande. Their coach, Godfrey Tamirepi, says that they will look for strikers in the second half of the season.
I would say we started very well, right? We knew what we actually going to face, and we actually imposed ourselves right from the first minute, right? And we actually rewarded, and we got a goal, and we actually continued playing the same way up to the end of the first half. And when we actually came back in the second half, we were actually much in control once again, and we kept pushing forward, and we kept the ball very, very well, and once again we were rewarded again in the second half, and that's when we saw the game. And obviously as a team, we was at home after going 2-0, right? They tried their level best to try and come back, but also we could have actually got them on around 3 occasions on the counter attack. But I would like to say we played very well against them. They tried their level best, but we came top seed.
Interesting run that you are having ahead of the break after a bit of a difficult start.
Yeah, indeed, we had actually a bad start where we actually lost the first 4 games. But then after that, the 5th game and the games which came later on, we played very well. But our challenge was we had actually quite a number of draws, right, of which I can't complain much. But I think in a nutshell, I would say we played very, very well and actually finished the first round on the stronger side.
So you might have complained about those draws, but they seem to have come in handy in the first half of the season.
Yeah, indeed. The moment we started winning, we catapult to a better position. So I can't complain much, like I said before. But all the same, those draws, if we had actually converted them into wins, we could have been in a much better position than where we are right now. Because right now, we are actually a relegation threat as it is right now.
What can we expect from ZPC in the second half of the season?
Well, I think we have actually finished much stronger, and we hope to do well in the second half. I know it will be very, very tight and very difficult. Teams are going to reinforce so is us as well. We expect also to go out there and on the market and try and reinforce our team. We expect it to be very tough, but all the same, we need to go to continue where we left.
Going into the market, what positions are you looking at?
Up front, we have been creating, like what you saw this afternoon. We could have buried this thing, something like 4 or 5 goals in the second half with 2-3 counter-attacks, but they were actually easily broken because of the quality we had. So we'd actually go to the market to look for strikers.
Do you think the strikers are there on the market?
Yeah, they are there. We'll have to leave and look abroad if it's possible.
Well, in a separate story on the site, we can tell you that ZPC Kariba has actually captured the signature of Shabani forward David Temonjira, who is currently the top goal scorer in the league with 9 goals. But very unfortunate for them, they had 3 points deducted for fielding a suspended player. Sad news, as they also were docked 3 points for not traveling to Harare to face FC Platinum on the opening day of the season. So in the first half of the 2018 soccer season, ZPC Kariba losing 6 points via the boardroom, something that maybe they could have avoided. The rest of the PSL Week 17 results saw Chicken Inn beat Triangle by 1-0. Obrel Chirinda with the only goal, Chicken Inn moving to 3rd position. Dynamos continued with their fine form when they beat Nikrut by 2-1. They've now won their last 2 matches. Caps United down to 10 men beat Chapungu 2-0 away at Ascot Stadium in Gweru. Shabani Mine and Herentals played to a 1-1 draw. Bulawayo City beat Mutare City by 1-0. Harare City beat Yada by 3-0. Black Rhinos losing out to Ngezi Platinum Stars by 2-1. Of course, FC Platinum beating Highlanders by 1-0, and the Bulawayo Chiefs going down to ZPC Kariba by 2-0. So that's all that we had here on the show this week. Do visit our website www.mysports.com.zw for these and more of the stories that we have. It's all that we had for you on the show. It's bye for now. My name is Ngezi Platinum Stars.